Hi, Pete the Peptide Guy here with Podcast Lane. And I'm here today with Janel Alexandra. How are you doing, Janel?
I'm good. Thank you.
Good. You look great. Your topic is very interesting to me, or what you do. And you'll get into more depth with it because of my fitness background and everything else. And I was very excited to meet you and talk to you about this. Before we explain what Pure Phoenix is, explain the lymphatic system, please.
The lymphatic system is like our garbage disposal for the body. So everything that we ingest, be it environmental pollution or what we're putting into our bodies orally, all of that is processed through the lymphatic system.
Okay. So now that we kind of have a little bit of knowledge on the lymphatic system, all right, what is its main purpose?
Its main purpose is, again, to rid the body of metabolic waste and to keep the body functioning at an optimal level.
All right. Now, how do we fall in love with the system? Because you got to love the systems to do what you do. So what started it for you?
What started it for me was I've had 7 surgeries myself, and I went through adrenal fatigue. I've had viruses, like Epstein-Barr and those types of things. And so now that I'm going through perimenopause and I'm in that age, I'm realizing how vital it is to keep that flowing. Otherwise, my hormones get disrupted and I don't feel as well, like brain fog, all of those typical symptoms that we experience. And if we keep the lymphatic system flowing smoothly, then we don't experience any of that.
Yeah, I feel that the lymphatic system gets lost to the circulatory system, cardiovascular system, right? Everyone always talks about them because they're always forefront of everything, you
Right.
know? But like we were talking off camera, if you have a disrupted lymphatic system, pretty much everything else doesn't work right.
Correct. Yeah. So the circulatory system, heart, all of those things are affected if we don't have a working lymphatic system.
Yeah. Um, it also is very interesting in a sense that how does the lymphatic system even move?
Movement.
Okay.
The body moves. So majority of our lymph nodes are in our joints. So from a physiological point of view, our bodies are designed to move, and that pumps the lymphatic system itself. So it's unlike the circulatory system.
So literally, figuratively, you see body pump is kind of how it moves. So it's literally like your body
Yeah.
is the movement
Yeah,
pattern,
and just
right?
breathing is the same. Our largest lymph node is in the cisterna chyli, and that's here just where the diaphragm sits at the spinal cord. And so just the act of breathing from our belly also engages the lymphatic system.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I lost that part in my literature back in the day, but it's just phenomenal. So let's talk about Pure Phoenix.
Okay.
What is Pure Phoenix?
Pure Phoenix is a lymphatic enhancement center. So we're different than regular lymphatic specialists that are out there because we're enhancing the lymphatic system. So anybody who has scar tissue or has undergone any type of physical trauma, be it surgery or injuries, we're actually helping the lymphatic system rebuild itself so that they don't have the congestion later on down the line.
So you're increasing the lymphatic system?
We're increasing the enhancement of the lymphatic system. Yeah, we use Bio-Regenerative equipment there in the office. It's all FDA approved. Everything that we use in the office is something that I've used on myself over the last 4 years and has been proven to work.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, the application for so many people, this could be like a game changer in their lives.
Yeah, so women, just from carrying babies, we disrupt the lymphatic system because of pelvic floor disorders. So anybody who's had abdominal surgeries, plastic surgery, reconstructive surgery of any kind, it's really, really important for them to come in and get that enhancement versus just the lymphatic drainage.
Right. Now, in your expertise in this area, who's a candidate?
Anybody at this day and age, right? Just the metabolic waste that we're producing from the things that we eat, processed foods, and the environmental pollution alone. Everybody needs a little bit of that. I think, especially after COVID, a lot of people are realizing that they're getting sick longer. They're having lasting symptoms. And so it's important really for everybody to come in.
Yeah. Do you find that a majority of your clients are people that actually sedentary jobs?
Yeah. Yeah. So again, just sitting blocks the lymphatic flow from the visceral area. So, and then that eventually builds up scar tissue in and of itself.
Right. What success stories, if you have any, that you've seen since you've been involved in this?
I have one client who has crippling feet issues seasonally throughout the year where she can no longer walk. She gets like blisters and cracks. And so just the lymphatic enhancement of that has allowed her now the second season to be able to wear sandals and to be out and about and do things without any pain and ailments. And so it's kind of really amazing to see that. And then I have one client who had pelvic floor mesh put in, and that dissolved into her body, which is pretty common for a lot of people. And that dispersed throughout her entire body, which caused her an allergic reaction in the skin. And so she was taking Zyrtec twice a day just to keep that itch at bay. And she came in and saw me, I think, for about a 6-month period. And now she's taking Zyrtec maybe once a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, those two just, I mean, to be able, walking is like a big deal.
Walking is a big
Yeah,
deal, yeah.
walking is
Not
like
being itchy is a big deal, yeah. So
Yeah.
we're giving people their lives back, which is really important. And then on top of that, we're also educating them along the way so that when they leave our program, they have the knowledge and the confidence to continue that lifestyle.
Yeah, no, it's amazing work you're doing. So, um, this is always a weird question, right? When somebody asks you, who is Janelle? Like, like the people, they want to know, like, who are you? Like, what, why you?
Well, I've been in the health and wellness industry for over 30 years. I lost my grandmother to breast cancer in 1994. And then when I graduated high school in 1996, I started working for 24 Hour Fitness at the beginning of the conception of the company. And so I've just been in health and wellness ever since then. And so it's not only personally important to me because of the family members that I've lost along the way, but again, my own health journey with the 7 surgeries and scar tissue and physical trauma. It's been it's been a personal journey for myself, and I want to make sure that I'm sharing that with others because I know I'm not alone in that journey.
Yeah, no, not at all. And yeah, we've all had that, and I think the why is the more important thing that connects all of us, right? And especially when you're doing something like this, which is very intimate. Um, what have you seen mentally that helps people when they're going through this journey?
Um, I've had trauma counseling and trauma education. So I think, again, with my own personal history of what trauma feels like in the body and how to heal from that, I can hold space for someone who's also going through all of that procedure because physical and emotional trauma isn't any different. The body doesn't know the difference between that. And so if we're healing the body from a physical level, emotions are going to come with that.
Right, right. So, how does your process work? So, like, I'm Pete. I'm coming to now. I'm gonna get my lymphatic system optimized. I want that bad boy up. What does that look like?
You come in for your initial consultation, and that includes being put on the InBody 970 scanner, and that does segmental analysis. So we're getting not only body fat measurements and muscle and bone mineralization like you would with a DEXA scan, but we're also doing water analysis. So inside and outside the cell, which is also telling us the phase angle, which is your cell health. And then from there, we can kind of customize what it is that they need. Do they need shockwave therapy? Do they need red light sauna? Do they need a lot of lymphatic enhancement with our Lymphstar Pro? So it kind of depends on each individual person, where they are, what their goals are. We can even customize meal plans so that, again, we're giving them the education to have a healthier lifestyle going forward.
Right, and it sounds extremely science backed, which is awesome because
Yeah, it's very science-backed, yeah.
yeah, numbers don't lie. What different modalities do you have? You mentioned several of the modalities that you have at your facility.
Yeah, so we have the InBody, we do red light sauna, we have the Lymphstar Pro, which is a lymphatic enhancement machine. It uses high frequency sound and radio waves to actually stimulate deeper into the lymphatic system versus manual. We're really only working the surface level. So we're really targeting those deeper lymph nodes that may be overly congested. And then we'll put them in the red light sauna. Sometimes I'll give a client a red light panel to go home so they get daily exposure with that as well. And then the meal planning, we kind of help customize exactly what they should be eating on a regular basis.
Which definitely is going to help with their lymphatic system,
Yeah,
right?
whole foods are always going to be better. And, the marketing out there is so amazing. So they're telling us, hey, this is healthy, or now we're adding protein to everything. And overall, that's actually not necessary.
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot you can deduce from these different modalities and then put a really good safe plan together for
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah. So what I'm gathering is Janelle is a very caring soul that really wants to help as many people as possible.
My spiritual gifts are mercy and hospitality. So I think the mercy side of me definitely holds space for people who are experiencing any type of healing.
Well, I got to tell you, I was excited when I read it, and I'm even more excited to try it because I got to do this because I definitely would love to see what the difference is, and I'd love to test my own self out. And
Yeah,
so
I think the greatest benefit everybody experiences after some lymphatic enhancements is like the best night of sleep they've ever had.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
So why don't you speak to everybody and let them know how they can get a hold of you?
You can find us at www.purephoenix.com. You can also reach out to me personally at 480-494-5211, and we will hopefully get you in soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming by and really explaining this lost system that people really forget about.
Thank you for having me.